First, most 21-year-olds are enjoying life, right? Maybe they're at college or heading out into the working world. Whitney Johnson was too. Only a study abroad program in South Africa completely changed her life course. She's since been honored for her work with children living with HIV. She joins me now in studio. Good morning to you, Whitney. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Your story's amazing. You know, you go and do the study abroad program in Cape Town. A lot of people perhaps would visit something like the orphanage you did, and it would just be a visit. But for you, it was so much more. What changed you? What called you?
It really changed my life. While I was volunteering in an orphanage in Kerri-Lee, South Africa, I really came face to fact with the suffering that HIV was causing. I'd seen it on TV, I'd heard about it on the news, but actually coming face to fact with the disease changed my life. And I saw so many children and young people my own age die of the disease. And in the 2000, we shouldn't be losing children to this disease anymore.
No, we've come so far with it. Yeah, people are living great lives actually with HIV, but clearly there's a need. And in fact, the need is so great, I was stunned at the numbers. Throw out a couple just so people really understand how big a problem it is there.
Well, in South Africa, UNAIDS estimates that there's around 6.8 million people living with the disease. That's about 1 in 5 in the adult population. And the infection rate continues to increase in South Africa, but also, interestingly enough, there's a resurgence around the world of infection rates increasing, even here in the United States. Globally, it's the second leading cause of death in teenagers.
I think these are numbers that we need to be refreshed on. I think you're right. The conversation has maybe slowed a little bit. You're out there trying to get the conversation started again, and you're changing lives. And in the process, you're being honored by some amazing organizations. Tory Burch, I know, has honored you and your work. You've just really done a lot, and I want people to learn a little bit about your foundation.
Great. Well, Generation Ubuntu provides healthcare, social work, HIV education, and nutritious meals to children living with HIV. And more than that, the children come to our center every single day. The staff at our center just love these kids and really go the extra mile for them every single time. So, in addition to getting all the practical support they need to survive, they're also, just given so much love, and that's really the magic ingredient. And, since we started our program, we have not lost a single child to the disease.
What a wonderful thing to be able to say. The word Ubuntu means something, doesn't it?
It does. Ubuntu means that it's an African philosophy, and it means that you're only human through the humanity of others. It's about our connection to every single human being, and also doing what you can to help others. And we're so lucky, actually, to have so many supporters from the United States, from Connecticut, from New York, that really support our work. It goes so far, and people here have donated to help literally save children's lives across the world. So that's really what Ubuntu is all about. It's doing this together and making a difference.
Well, it's been an incredible team. Where do you want to go from here? I know you have a fundraiser coming up where people can really help the foundation and get involved. But what about you personally? What do you see next? You've been doing this for a decade now. What's the next chapter?
I think most importantly is raising enough money to continue running the program and to continue to support the children that we're working with now. We've had these kids in our program, some of them since they were little kids, and now they're turning into teenagers, and they're really the future of South Africa and our world. So it's really moving forward to make sure we have enough money to do that. But the big thing too is that children and teenagers living with HIV are really a neglected population. There are so many more children, hundreds and thousands of children living in South Africa, that we'd eventually like to be able to touch and help.
Well, the need is great, and there's a big night coming up. It's Fashion Wars in Manhattan. We'll put some information on our website. It's on yours as well. Yes. Whitney, thank you so much. Your story's incredible. Keep doing what you're doing. We need more people like you.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.